Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to International Islamic University, Islamabad School's Sahiwal Campus online lectures. This is the lecture of Grade 5 English, Unit number 1, Biography, and the subtitle is A Female Legend. Dear students, we already have done 2 lectures of this unit. In the first lecture, we covered the reading and explanation of the content of the lesson. You people have written the meanings of difficult words in your classwork notebooks. In second lecture, we started the exercise and covered the first section of exercise, which was question answers. You have written the answers of questions in your classwork notebooks, and then some questions were given to as a homework. I hope you all have done that. Another homework was given you from the workbook page. You were required to solve those pages on your workbook exercise. I hope you all have done both of the homeworks. Okay, today this is our third lecture of unit number 1. Here we will cover the language portion of this unit. Dear students, in the exercise of every lesson in your English students book, here a portion comes language. In this portion we cover the grammatical topics discussed in the lesson, extracted from this lesson. Okay, so in this third lecture we will cover this grammatical portion as named as language part. Dear students, before we begin, make sure that you have your English students book, classwork notebook and your complete stationery with you. Listen to me attentively and write down the stuff asked by teacher in your notebook. And if you find anything difficult and anything that you don't understand, just wait for the discussion session and note down the things to be asked from the teacher in live session. Okay, first of all, open your English classwork notebook and prepare your classwork page by writing date and day on the top of the page. Topic is biography and the subtopic is language. Here actually in your language portion your topic is simple past tense, but before going towards simple past you are required to understand the simple present tense, which you already have done in your grade 3 and 4. We will just have a look through the simple present tense. Have you prepared your classwork page? Okay, prepare your index properly. Come to the classwork page and write down simple present tense as a topic, as a title, subtitle. First of all, listen to me. Here I am giving the definition of this tense, which is describes an action which is done in routine or as habit. Dear students, you all know that simple present tense is used when we describe any action that's done in as a habit or as a routine. The routine can be hourly, the routine can be daily, weekly, monthly or yearly. Whenever you describe anything that is routine or a habit, sometimes we describe some universal truths, some scientific truths. Those also are described in simple present tense. For example, you say that sun rises in the east. Whatever the situation is, wherever you are standing, whatever the time is, it will not be changed that the sun rises in the east. So you always have to write this sentence, this statement as a simple present, as this is a routine, this is a generalization, this is the, you can say that this is the habit and routine of the sun, that it rises in the east. So yes, you can say that this is also a habit or a routine. We write these habits, routines, generalizations as simple present tense. Let's come to its structure. When we are required to write down a sentence in simple present tense which has a routine or a habit, it is formed as, first of all we write subject, then verb first form, then object, and then any extra details. Okay, here what is subject? The subject is a noun or a pronoun that performs an action. For example, we have taken an example that sun rises in the east. Here the action is done by sun. Sun rises in the east. So in this sentence, sun is a subject because it performs an action. Okay, verb first form. What is this? This is the action that is performed and is written in present form. Dear students, verb has three forms. First is present, second is past, and the third is past participle. Okay, and in simple present tense we use verb first form. It means that present form of verb. For example, the example we have taken is sun rises in the east. In this sentence, sun is subject, rises is the first form of verb. Rise is the first form of verb. Here we add s with it. Why do we add this? We are going to explain it later. Okay, what is an object? The object is any element or anything or any noun or any pronoun on which the action is done. For example, in the sentence sun rises in the east, here in this sentence there is no any object because it is not compulsory for a simple present tense. But subject and first form of verb is compulsory here because this is the active voice of simple present tense. Okay, anyway, object is not compulsory here. This is the element on which the action is done. Extra details are some extra details which are also not compulsory. For example, the example taken by us is sun rises in the east. Here sun is a subject, rises is the first form of verb, and in the east, this is an extra detail. Okay, now let's explain that why do we write s with rise when we say sun rises in the east. If the subject is he, she, it or any singular, we add s or es with the first form of verb. For example, the example we have taken, sun rises in the east. Here the subject is sun, which is a singular, so we will write down s with the word rise. It becomes rises. I hope you all have understood. You all know this all detail already, but I am just giving these explanations as to remind you all. You are not required to write down and draw these arrows and write these small explanations because you all know that what is a subject and what is verb and what is an object. So just write down definition, structure, and then the explanation that why do we add s or es where I have written if the subject is he, she or it. Okay, you are just required to write down these 3 lines in your classwork notebook as the explanation of simple present tense. Okay, come to the another example. Here it is. Write down the example in your classwork notebook. He eats an apple every day. This is a habit or maybe it's a routine that because it is done every day. So we are using simple present tense to express this situation, this statement. Here he is a subject because it is doing some action. He is doing some action. Eats is a verb and first form of verb. We are adding s with eat because the subject is he. We add s or es with the verb when the subject is he, she, it or any singular. Next, apple. It is an object because the action is done on an apple. So this is object. And every day is an extra detail that is given to describe the situation or this statement. You people can add your own examples, 1 or 2 examples of your own, and write down in your classwork notebook. Now come to the negative form of simple present tense. Let's discuss that how is it formed. Write down the structure in your classwork notebook. And the structure is subject plus do or does, not plus verb first form and some extra details. Okay, dear students, here when we are going to write negative or interrogative sentences, we will not add s or es with the verb whatever the subject is, because we are going to add es with do where the verb is where the subject is he, she, it, or any singular. Again, structure is subject, do or does, not plus verb first form and the extra details. For example, the example given above, he eats an apple every day. If we are required to change it into negative, that he does not eat an apple every day, according to the structure, it will become for subject he. Then we are going to add do not or does not. What is used here, do or does? Yes, does, because the subject is he. When the subject is he, she, it, or any singular, we use does instead of do. Whereas if the subject is I, we, they, you, or any plural, we will use do here. Okay, subject, does not, verb first form and extra details. He does not eat an apple. Now we will not write s with eat because we already have added es with do. So here s will not be added with eat, and the sentence becomes he does not eat an apple every day. I hope you all have understood and written the subject and its example in your classwork notebook. Come to the interrogative sentences. Dear students, what are interrogative sentences? Yes, these are the sentences in which something is asked. The question sentences are called interrogative sentences. Let's come to the structure. Dear students, just write down the structure in your classwork notebook. And the structure is do and does will come at the beginning of the sentence. Do or does plus subject plus first form of verb plus some extra details if there are any. Okay, do will be added with I, we, they, you, or any plural, and does will be added with the he, she, it, or any singular subject, then subject, then first form of verb without any s and es, then any extra details. If the object is present there, then you will add an object and any other details. Let's take the example given above. He eats an apple every day. If someone asks about this statement, what the sentence will be according to this structure? Do or does will be come at the beginning. Will do be used here or does? Yes, does is used here because the subject is he, and the sentence will become does he eat an apple every day? And the sentence will become a question sentence. Sorry, I have forgot to add question mark. Question mark is must be added at the interrogative sentences because these are questions. You will add question at the end of this sentence, and the sentence will become does he eat an apple every day? Okay, this is all the explanation needed to be given to you before beginning and before going towards the simple past tense. I have given you the explanation of simple present tense. I hope you all have written this in your classwork notebook so that you can go through your classwork notebook whenever you need to learn about or to recall about or to revise about the tenses, about the simple present tense. You can come here and open your classwork notebook and just read it and revise it. Okay, next, our actual topic, which is here used in our unit number 1 biography. It is simple past tense, and in its exercise language portion it is given as a topic simple past tense. Okay, it is given here on students book page number 9. Open your students book page number 9. Come to the classwork notebook and write down its definition. Now let me explain it. Describes an action started and completed in past. Okay, dear students, simple past tense is used when we describe any action which is started and completed in past, which is done in past, sometime or somewhere in past. For example, if we look into this lesson, biography, a female legend, here the explanation about female legend Madre Millat Fatima Jinnah is given. What tense is used here? Everything is about past. Everything started somewhere in past and ended somewhere in past. So this whole content is written in simple past tense. For example, if you open your English students book page number 6, where the content starts a female legend, here the first sentence is known as Madre Millat Fatima Jinnah was born in Karachi on July 30th, 1893. This sentence expresses an action, a tense which started in past and ended in past. So yes, this type of text is called simple past tense. I hope you all have written the definition in your classwork notebook. So let's come to the structure, that how does this tense formed. Okay, subject plus second form of verb plus object or any extra details. Here similarly, subject is any noun or pronoun that performs the action. Secondly, second form of verb, the action with its past form, second form of verb. And then if there any object is present, you will write it, or any extra details if there are any. Object and extra details are again in simple past, not compulsory. I hope you all have written the definition and structure of the simple past tense. Now come to the example. Recall the example we taken in simple present tense. It was he eats an apple, and if we change it into simple past by considering its complete structure, it becomes he ate an apple last night. Why did we use ate? Here he is subject, ate is the past form, the second form of verb eat. So we are going to use ate in place of eat, because in simple past tense we use second form of verb. Next, apple is an object and last night is the extra detail, which was not compulsory. Without the object and extra details, our simple past tense completes by adding subject and the verb second form. I hope you all have written these explanations and example and understood everything. Dear students, you can add more examples, 2 or 3 more examples to in the example of simple past tense in your classwork notebook. Okay, now let's discuss 2 types of verbs, regular verb and irregular verb. I hope that this term is not very new for you, regular and irregular verb. Let's have a look. Regular verbs are those which make their past and past participle form just by adding d or ed. Dear students, there are too many verbs for which when you are going to convert them into past or their past or past participle form, their second and third form, you just add d or ed. This type of verbs are called regular verbs. For example, play. Play is the first form, the present form of verb, and if you need to write its past or simple past or past participle, the second or third form, you just add ed and it becomes played. Next, accept, you just add ed and it becomes accepted. Close, you just add d and it becomes closed. This played, accepted, closed, these are the second and third form of these verbs, past and past participle forms. Whereas in irregular verbs, you need to change the word, its spellings and its pronunciation totally gets changed when you convert them into past or past participle form, their third and second form. For example, if we take the word see, its second form is saw and third is seen. Go, second form is went and the third form is gone. Drink, brought, brought. We didn't add d or ed with these words to make their second and third form, but the whole word changed. So this type of words are called irregular verbs. Okay, now come to the page number 9 from your students book. Exercise number 1. Find the simple past tense of these verbs in the report. Dear students, these are the verbs extracted from this report, this lesson. Their past forms of verbs are given in this lesson. These are the present forms. You are required to find out their past form from the story. Is, enroll, give, look, continue. For is, the past form is given here, was. Enroll, enrolled. Give, gave. Look, looked. Continue, continued. Second exercise. Choose 3 of the verbs, write each one in a sentence of your own. Dear students, this is assigned to you as a homework. You are required to choose 3 past forms of verbs. From these, you can choose was, enrolled, gave, looked, continue. 3 from these and use in your sentences in your homework notebook. Exercise number 3 asks us to write down the simple past tense of irregular verbs given in the cloud. And the verbs are write, shut, fight, tell, hear, speak, think, drink, hide, put, sleep. Okay. For write, the past form is wrote. Dear students, these all are irregular verbs. You don't need to add d or ed with these because these are irregular. For write, it's wrote. For shut, it's shut, fight, tell, hear, speak, think, drink, hide, put, sleep. You are required to find out the second forms of these irregular verbs and write down in your English homework notebook. Now come to the question number 4 on the page number 9 of your students book. Another exercise of simple past tense, and the exercise statement is complete these sentences with the simple past form of verb in the bracket. Dear students, some sentences are given and the verb first forms are given in the bracket and you are required to find out the second form of these verbs and write down and fill in the blanks with the past form of these verbs. First, my father dashed the tickets the day before, and the verb is buy and its second form is bought. Dear students, write down bought in the blank on your page number 9 of your students book. Fill in the blank on your book. And the second form of buy is bought. Next sentence is we dash a picnic lunch with us, and the word is bring and its second form is brought. Third sentence is we dash our lunch before the competition started, and the word is given eat and its past form is ate. Fill in the blank the verb ate. Fourth, we dash to the people sitting next to us and the verb is given speak and its second form is spoke. Next is I dash many different poets, and the verb is here and its second form is heard. Next is I dash the poetry was really exciting, and the verb is think, its second form is thought. Seventh sentence, a young woman dash the competition. The verb is given win and its second form is won. I dash a letter to my grandparents about it. The word is write and its second form is wrote. I hope you all have filled in the blanks with these second form of verbs. Now come to the homework. Dear students, I already have explained that you are required to solve the exercise 2 and 3 on your homework notebook, which are given here on students book page number 9. Secondly, open your workbook page number 3. On this page, 2 exercises are given, exercise number 3 and 4. You are required to solve these exercises on your workbook page. And if you find anything ambiguous, just note down and wait for the discussion session. Get your homework done by the next lesson. Good luck, students. Allah Hafiz.